A 12-year-old boy saved every penny for a year to buy a Christmas gift for his mom, but at the checkout counter, the money wasn't enough. Caroline Levit unexpectedly intervened, changing everything. She didn't just help Ethan get the gift, she brought a miracle he'd never dared to dream of. This Christmas, it wasn't just a gift given but a new future that began. Before diving into the story, comment where you're watching from and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the latest stories. Ethan Parker stood silently on the apartment steps, letting his breath dissolve into the cold air. He gazed at the city draped in its vibrant Christmas decorations. Strings of red and green LED lights stretched across streets, twinkling like captured stars between skyscrapers. Window panes reflected a kaleidoscope of lights, making the whole street shimmer with holiday spirit. Across the road, a magnificent Christmas tree glowed with warm golden light, its ornaments sparkling like gems. Beneath it, children laughed and played on artificial snow the department store had sprinkled to enhance the festive atmosphere.
The air carries with scents of gingerbread mixing with hot cocoa aromas from the corner cafe.
Christmas music flowed from speakers, blending with bell jingles from a Santa collecting donations nearby. The sounds of laughter and footsteps on cobblestone sidewalks created a symphony of holiday joy. Ethan hurried through streets, head bowed, worn sneakers squeaking. He didn't want anyone to notice his worried expression or guess that each step carried both hope and fear. At every corner, Ethan paused to check his savings, crumpled bills and cold coins totaling exactly $17.36. He stared at this meager sum, willing it to multiply.
It's enough.
It has to be, Ethan whispered, almost praying. He'd seen that snow globe long ago through a shop window with his mom. He remembered her eyes when she touched the glass, her fleeting smile like a beautiful dream. If the price remained unchanged, tonight he could make this small dream reality. The toy store came into view, white light spilling from its large windows illuminating colorful shelves. Ethan entered as a small bell jingled overhead. Inside was another world, excited children, calling parents, laughter echoing among giant teddy bears and flashing toy cars. Ethan slipped quietly through the crowd, hands gripping his money pouch, eyes searching for the snow globe his mom had once admired. There it was. A gleaming winter scene inside, a tiny house, snow-dusted tree, and glitter swirling when shaken. He picked it up with trembling hands, imagining his mom's smile when she discovered it under their homemade tree.
Ethan approached the checkout, heart pounding.
I want to buy this. It's $17.36, right? He asked shakily. The middle-aged cashier checked the price tag, then sighed.
Sorry, Keith. It's $22 now.
Price went up last week.
The words hit Ethan like a blow.
Frozen, he emptied all his money onto the counter. Coins rolling across glass, crumpled bills forming a messy pile. This is all I've got, Ethan whispered, almost pleading. He counted again, focusing intently, but still came up $4.64 short.
Please sir, I came a long way, Ethan begged, voice breaking, eyes welling up.
The cashier shook his head.
Can't do it, Keith. Price is price.
Those words extinguished Ethan's last hope. Defeat washed over him, drowning every effort and wish he'd held so long. He remembered his mom coming home late, weary feet still shuffling into the kitchen to make him milk, forcing smiles despite bloodshot eyes. He just wanted to bring her joy, a bit of Christmas magic, but even that simple thing slipped through his fingers. As Ethan turned to leave, a warm voice called out, "Wait. You don't have to leave like that.
Let me help you."
Looking up in shock, Ethan saw Caroline Levit, familiar from TV screens, but today not in a formal suit behind a podium. Instead, she stood in a cozy toy store, blonde hair tied back, wearing a simple black coat that still conveyed professionalism. She tilted her head, eyes curious yet kind. "This gift's for someone special, isn't it?" she asked gently.
For my mom, Ethan whispered. She works so hard.
I want her to be happy. Caroline smiled warmly, stepping to the counter. She took the snow globe from the cashier's hand and pulled out her wallet. I'll cover the $22 and add a green scarf. One looks right for your mom, she said, winking playfully. The cashier's jaw dropped as he took a $50 bill from Caroline.
Give the change to the boy, she instructed.
Ethan clutched the gift bag in disbelief.
Thank you, he mumbled.
Instead of simply leaving, Caroline crouched down to his level. What's your mom's name? She asked softly. Clare, Ethan replied, surprised at her interest.
Wat does Clare do tat so tuk?
Ethan explained breathlessly, she waits tables by day, cleans offices at night. She's raised me alone since I was little. She wanted to be a teacher but quit school because of me. Caroline went quiet, her eyes softening. I grew up in a family that wasn't well off either, she shared thoughtfully. In New Hampshire, my mom worked herself to exhaustion raising 3 of us. Once a kind teacher got me free books. That changed everything. I know what it's like to want to do something for your mom. Ethan was stunned to realize that someone like Caroline, a news figure seemingly from a different world, shared something in common with him.
Claire must be an amazing mom, she said warmly.
Let me help you make this Christmas extra special.
Okay.
Caroline pulled out her phone, fingers flying across the screen.
Tom, I need your help, she said firmly.
I've got a mom in LA, Clare Parker, who dropped out of college for her son. I want her in our education scholarship program today. Ethan listened intently, heart racing. I don't care if the list is full.
Figure it out.
This is my top priority, Caroline insisted, eyes flashing with familiar resolve. Nearby customers began noticing. A man raised his phone to record, whispering, "That's Caroline Levit. Probably just PR." Caroline heard but didn't react. "I'm not doing this for cameras. I'm doing it because you and your mom deserve it," she told Ethan. A crowd formed, phones rising. "Miss Levit, can we get a photo?" someone shouted. Caroline winked mischievously at Ethan. "Want to help me escape this crowd?" Leading him to a quieter corner, she said seriously, "Listen, Ethan, tomorrow I'll stop by your place. Tell your mom to keep the afternoon free."
VLL do so meeting bigatan se sno globe. What do you mean?
Ethan asked, trembling with hope. "You'll see soon enough, kid." Before more could be said, a woman in a black suit approached.
Miss Levit, I need a quick word.
"Wait for me a sec," Caroline told Ethan before stepping aside. After a brief exchange, Caroline called back, "Ethan, we'll make tomorrow amazing for your mom."
I promise.
Then she departed, the crowd swarming around her. Ethan stood holding his gift bag, heart brimming with hope. He sensed Caroline was bringing something his $17.36 could never buy. Later, Ethan returned home, steps lighter though still dragging in worn sneakers.
Carolines Promise echoed, I'll be back tomorrow.
Tell your mom to keep the afternoon free. Inside their small apartment, the faint smell of coffee wafted from the kitchen. Claire was folding clothes on their threadbare sofa, her tired eyes brightening when she saw him. "Ethan, where have you been so long?" she asked worriedly. He smiled awkwardly, hiding the gift bag. "Just went for a walk, Mom."
Can you keep tomorrow afternoon free? So mione special wants to meet you. Claire frowned.
Who? Have you been up to something?
Just trust me, Mom.
It'll be great. The next afternoon, a knock sounded. Ethan opened the door to find Caroline with 2 men, one with a camera, another holding a laptop.
Caroline carried a boeklet en tick envelope. Hey, Ethan.
Where's your mom?
Claire stepped from the kitchen, eyes widening in recognition.
Oh my God, she whispered. Caroline entered, placing the bouquet on their small table.
You're Claire, right?
Ethan's told me about you. Claire glanced doubtfully between Ethan and Caroline.
You're Levit.
Is this some political stunt? Caroline smiled gently.
No, Claire. I'm here for Ethan and you. This boy impressed me yesterday, and you deserve the meeting special.
She handed Claire the envelope. This is a completed scholarship application for a teacher training program at the nearby community college. I've arranged tuition, books, even childcare money.
All funded.
Just sign and start. Claire opened it with trembling hands, finding official documents and a handwritten note. Claire, Ethan says you dreamed of being a teacher.
I believe you'll inspire kids like this amazing boy. Don't say no. This is your chance.
I don't know what to say. Why would you do this for us? Claire asked, sinking onto the sofa. Because I see myself in Ethan, a kid who just wants his mom to be happy. When I can help, I will. It's that simple. Ethan hugged his mom. You deserve it, Mom.
You we done everything for me.
Now I just want you to be happy. Claire held him tight, then looked at Caroline. Thank you. I never thought this could be real. Caroline nodded to her team.
Film this.
It's part of the Ordinary Americans program. I want people to see how kindness changes lives.
Claire flinched.
Wait, I don't want to be on TV. Don't worry, this isn't for show. It's to inspire. Are you okay with that? Claire nodded slowly. All right if it can help someone. Caroline stayed a while, chatting with Claire about her teaching dreams and how she taught Ethan despite exhaustion. It was belief and opportunity. Finally, after graduating with her teaching degree, Claire was offered a job at the elementary school where Ethan had studied. On her first day, facing eager young faces, she knew she'd found her true calling. There was one person she'd forever carry in her heart, Caroline Levit, who transformed her life and helped her realize a long-buried dream. A few days after Claire's graduation, as winter still blanketed Los Angeles in white snow, Claire and Ethan decided to make a special visit. Ethan had told Caroline they were coming, and both felt it was the right time to express their deep gratitude. Caroline lived in a quiet neighborhood where she still worked as an education consultant and supported charities. Claire and Ethan arrived at her apartment, a simple space filled with light and books. Caroline, expecting them, stood at the door with a warm smile, her eyes lighting up as if a piece of the past had come alive.
Claire. Ethan.
So good to see you, Caroline welcomed them in. Claire stepped inside gratefully, Ethan following. The room felt cozy, and Caroline invited them to sit on her comfortable sofa. Claire looked at Caroline, her eyes brimming with emotion. Miss Levit, she began, voice catching, we don't know how to thank you.
Vitut you, I nicht still be standing still, dreaming but never daring to act.
Caroline smiled softly, her eyes revealing something profound, as if she'd long awaited this moment. Claire, I just did what I thought was right. I believed in you, and you've proven you can do more than you ever imagined. Ethan sat beside his mom, looking at Caroline earnestly.
Thank you, Caroline.
My mom's done all these amazing things you believed she could. We both know she wouldn't be here today without you. Caroline gazed at Ethan tenderly, as if seeing the boy she'd helped years ago.
What I did was just a small part, Ethan.
Claire is the one who persevered, the amazing mom who raised you. She's shown that determination and love can change everything. Claire squeezed Ethan's hand. I want to say a heartfelt thank you. Thank you for not just helping me chase my dream, but for making me a better mom to Ethan. Caroline bowed her head, noticing tears glistening in Claire's eyes.
You did it out of love. The love between you two is the greatest strength. You make me proud.
Ethan smiled lightly, then met Caroline's gaze. I think we have a little gift for you. He stood, pulling a small box from his bag and carefully handing it to Caroline. Surprised, Caroline opened it to find a simple necklace engraved with the words, "Kindness changes the world." She choked up, touching the necklace.
This is wonderful.
Thank you both so much. Claire smiled, feeling this moment culminated their long journey. It's our gift to you, not just for what you've done but for what you've inspired in us. Time seemed to pause in the room, leaving only the soft sound of grateful hearts and love. Caroline stood, wrapping Claire and Ethan in a warm hug.
Thank you.
I'm so proud to have helped you, but you're the ones who truly deserve this success. The visit wasn't just a thank you, it was a milestone in the special bond between three people who'd changed each other's lives. Claire and Ethan knew that no matter how life shifted, they'd always cherish the memory of Caroline's selfless help. For Caroline, she understood that what she'd done wasn't a job or duty, it was a human connection, the power of kindness, and that's what made life worth living. 20 years later, on a winter morning, Ethan Parker stood before the gate of a small elementary school in Los Angeles. Light snow fell, dusting the old stone steps with a thin white layer. The 12-year-old boy from back then was now a grown man with neatly trimmed brown hair and calm eyes reflecting years of challenges and growth. In his hand was a small box containing the old snow globe he bought for his mom that Christmas long ago. The snow globe wasn't just a simple gift, it was a symbol of memories, of a long journey he and his mom had traveled together. He looked at the box, a strange warmth rising within him, as if every good thing in life had started from one small moment, one simple yet meaningful act. Ethan took a deep breath and pushed the door open. Inside the classroom, Claire Parker, now beloved Miss Parker to the kids, was writing on the board. Her hair was streaked with silver, but her smile was as gentle as ever. Children chattered around her, listening intently as she taught about kindness and compassion. Ethan stood at the door watching quietly, his heart swelling with pride. Soon the recess bell rang, and the kids rushed out, leaving the room quiet. Claire turned to gather her books, then froze when she saw the man at the door. Her eyes widened as if she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Ethan, she whispered, her trembling hand covering her mouth. He smiled, stepping closer.
Hi, Mom.
Claire rushed forward, enveloping him in a hug. Goodness, I didn't think you'd be back so soon. Ethan tightened his embrace, feeling her familiar warmth. I couldn't miss this special anniversary. They sat by a window where faint sunlight streamed in, warming the room despite the winter chill. Ethan set the small box on the table, sliding it toward her.
Open it, Mom.
Claire slowly lifted the lid, and the moment she saw the snow globe, she let out a soft gasp. Old memories flooded back: 12-year-old Ethan, Caroline Levit's sincere eyes, and the moment she decided to change her life.
Remember this?
It's the first gift I wanted to give you, Ethan said, his eyes sparkling. But that Christmas, I didn't just give you a snow globe. I accidentally helped you find your dream again. Claire gently shook the globe, watching tiny snowflakes swirl around the little winter town inside.
How could I forget? Her voice trembled.
That Christmas changed everything. He looked at his mom with deep affection. You're not just a teacher to these kids. You're the most important teacher in my life. Claire smiled, her eyes shining with boundless love. I just did what a mom should, Ethan, she said, her voice soft but strong, as if her sacrifices were a natural, essential part of life. They sat together, reminiscing about their journey from the days Claire balanced school and work. Late nights preparing lessons to her first day officially teaching, and the tough times when she wanted to quit but remembered Ethan's hopeful eyes and Caroline Levit's encouragement, the woman who'd opened her path. Do you still keep in touch with Miss Levit?
Claire asked. Ethan nodded. Of course.
She's left politics now but still does inspiring work. I sent her a letter this morning. I think she'd be happy to know her decision back then changed your whole life. Claire smiled warmly. I'll always be grateful to her, but above all, I'm grateful to you, Ethan. Without you, I might not have had the courage to chase this dream. Ethan took her hand, squeezing gently. Then you're thanking the wrong person. You're the one who never stopped trying. I was just a kid who wanted you to be happy. They looked at each other, no more words needed, their bond saying it all. Outside, snowflakes fell, but in their hearts, the warmth of love and hope never faded. A boy ran past in the hallway, then turned back to look at Ethan.
Who are you, mister? Ethan crouched down, smiling.
I'm Miss Parker's first student. The boy's eyes widened as he exclaimed, Then you must be really special. Ethan laughed, glancing at Claire, and nodded. Guess so. That day, Ethan left the school with a sense of peace. He knew that no matter how life changed, this little school would always be part of him, a reminder that kindness can create miracles, and a dream, no matter how long forgotten, can be reborn if you dare to believe in it. The story of Ethan Parker, Claire, and Caroline Levit isn't just a touching tale of kindness, it reflects real issues in American society today. In modern life, many single parents like Claire struggle to raise their kids, from covering living costs to pursuing personal dreams in the U.S. Education is a vital path to a better life, but not everyone has the means to follow it. Claire once gave up her dream of teaching due to financial pressures, but Caroline's timely help opened a new road for her. This shows that sometimes even a small opportunity can transform a person's life. The story also highlights the power of kindness and community solidarity. Caroline, as a figure of influence, used her position to aid an ordinary family. It's a strong reminder that those with power, whether politicians, business people, or successful individuals, can spark positive change if they choose to help those in need. In a nation that values independence like the U.S., we sometimes forget that success isn't just about personal effort, it's also about community support. The biggest lesson here is not to underestimate the power of small acts of kindness. Ethan only wanted to give his mom a snow globe, but the kindness he received reshaped his family's future. In reality, a word of encouragement, an educational opportunity, or timely help can make a huge difference. If everyone were willing to help others in their own way, the world would be better, not through miracles but through human compassion. Thanks for following this meaningful story of kindness and change. Don't forget to subscribe to spread these warm messages.